So my video about tapping into our universal consciousness, I mentioned to you that I have this condition in my right shoulder where I have limited movement, and my doctor calls it tight muscles. Some people call it frozen shoulders. And I say in that video that I created this condition in my right shoulder by the virtue of my thoughts, because last year I was so stressed over my husband's 3 shoulder surgeries. I was so stressed over him that my thoughts created my own shoulder condition. And so I always say that our thoughts are the most powerful thing that there ever is in our bodily condition or anything else in our life, whether it's money, abundance, our career, our relationships, that our thoughts create our reality. And it's especially true for our bodies because, everything in this universe, especially our bodies, is driven, operated, run by information. There is an infinite intelligence and awareness, what we call consciousness, that runs and drives our body. It operates our bodies because our body is made up of trillions of cells, and every cell in our body must communicate with each other, must have information, that infinite intelligence and awareness that communicates with each other in order to run our bodies subconsciously. That is why our heart knows what to do, our nervous system knows what to do, our pancreas knows what to do, our kidney knows what to do. It just runs automatically, and it's running based on information, based on that infinite intelligence. It's a consciousness that's running our bodies. And so as I keep placing thoughts of stress over my husband's shoulder, of course I'm going to create that unwanted condition in my right shoulder, right? So if I can do that to my body, then I can absolutely do the reverse. And so because I could do the reverse, because it's really the yin and yang. If you can create disease, then you can create healing in your own body. It's the yin and yang. I have to reverse the information that I'm giving to my shoulder, right? Rather than having stress, I need to now love it and bless it and say that you are my greatest teacher. So this is the reason why I talk to my body every single day. So in order to reverse this unwanted condition, I have to change my story. I have to change the language that I'm using. I have to reverse that stress. And how do you reverse stress? By the thoughts and the beliefs and the language that you use. And the words have lots of power. So in this case with my shoulder, this is the story that I realized that I have to change. So story number 1 is stories that do not serve us, that create disease, that created unwanted bodily conditions. So here, with regard to my right shoulder, if I create story number 1, it would be in the lines of, why are bad things always happening to me? Because, some of us, when we have unwanted bodily conditions, we always think, things that we don't want are always happening to us. We feel life is unfair. Or you could be saying something negative like, life is unfair, I never get a break. Or you could be saying something like, I blame the accident, my husband's accident, for my shoulder condition. You can always be blaming other people for your condition, for what's happening in your life. And oftentimes we do that because sometimes it's easy to deflect that responsibility onto somebody else. However, none of these stories serve us. None of these stories serve me. And this is the stories that are going to create unwanted bodily condition. Now, in order to reverse the story, in order to have health, we have to really go to a different story, a whole new set of stories and beliefs that really start to serve my body. So I can talk to my shoulder and I can say to my shoulder, thank you, shoulder, for being my greatest teacher and showing me the power of my mind. So now I can be very aware of my thoughts. So now I'm reversing the story and saying, thank you, shoulder. I'm talking to my body because that shoulder needs information in order to heal. It needs information, right? Because everything is driven by information. So now I'm placing information that serves my shoulder, that serves my health. Or I could say something like, thank you, shoulder, for being my greatest teacher in teaching me about love, compassion, and forgiveness for my growth and expansion. Because the reason why this becomes very powerful is when you love, when you have compassion, when you forgive, that is the healing state. Anything to do with love, because love is the highest vibrational frequency, you're creating healing. So if I'm thanking my shoulder for teaching me about love and compassion, because my shoulder is telling me, Moon, 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 stop that stressful thinking, it's telling me love, forgive, have compassion, then I'm raising my vibrational frequency for that healing. So this is why having love and compassion and blessing becomes very powerful in the healing process. Or I could say something like, thank you, shoulder, for reminding me how good it feels to have a shoulder with no limitations. So I have a new level of appreciation for you. And this is a reminder, an affirmation that my acupuncturist, Satch, I give credit to Satch, told me to do. He said, thank your shoulder for reminding that you could have no limitations. Like you see, no limitations. And if you keep thanking your right shoulder, saying that thank you for no limitations, then you're giving that information to that shoulder to have no limitations, right? So this is another powerful affirmation that you talk to your shoulder. Your body is a consciousness. Your body is an animate consciousness that needs information. And that's why stress is the number one cause of disease. I always say my sister's son died of stress and unhappiness, and cancer was just her symptom, because we keep giving information to our body. As we keep giving information that do not serve us, that causes stress, that causes frustration and anger inside of us, our body, because it's an alive consciousness, is taking in all that data and moving the energy based on that data. And that's why it is so important that we talk to our bodies every single day, because it's this consciousness that needs information. So if you have a condition, any condition in your body, whether it's arthritis in your fingers, or it's a heart condition, or throat condition, whatever condition that you have, switch the story. Instead of saying pain, 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 find the lesson that your body is trying to teach you. Turn the story around into a story that serves you. Thank your body for being the greatest teacher in showing you about love, about compassion, about forgiveness. And as you start to really switch that story, you're creating healing energy. And this is the reason why I like to talk to my body all day, every day. I also talk to my food, because food is also a consciousness. Food has vibrational energetic frequency. That's why whole foods like fruits and vegetables have high energetic value, and processed foods have low energetic value. It's a consciousness. So before I take in a meal, I say to my food, I love you. Thank you for healing me. Thank you for keeping me healthy in this physical form so I might fulfill my higher yin and yang living purpose. I thank the food for doing a great job of healing me and keeping me healthy. So talk to your food, because your food is also information for your body that your body needs to run, right? It needs that energetic frequency, that energetic vibrational frequency to run your body. So that's why it's very important to talk to your food. That's why, in that video about tapping into universal consciousness, I talk about water, that as we say, I love you, I love you, I love you, that water becomes vibrant. As you tell the water, I hate you, the water becomes, more like a fungus. Because it's a consciousness. We're connected to that consciousness. And so if you have any type of bodily condition that you do not desire, please talk to your body. Switch the story to a story that serves you and that creates healing in your body. So if you have an unwanted bodily condition, please change your story into one that really serves you, so your body can receive that information and start healing itself, because your body has infinite wisdom. And If you have an experience where you thought that your mind created a bodily condition, whether health or disease, please share it, because your stories, feedback, and experiences really help me and my community at large. And if you like this video, please make sure to share it and subscribe to my channel. And if you want to visit all of my spiritual and holistic living tips, just go to my website at yinandyangliving.com. Namaste.